So this is MECHBORN. It is a pre-alpha version of the game. They sent over a copy of this for me to take a look at. You can also check them out in the Steam store. There's going to be a link in chat and in the description of this video. Protect Earth and her colonies in a fresh roguelike deck builder experience, infusing classic 90s mech anime with Greek mythology. In MECHBORN, your mech is your deck. Unlock mech parts and pilots, craft custom decks, and unleash devastating combos as you fight to repel the Kaiju incursions. So this seems interesting. Let's hop on in. Choose a save slot. Enter the save name. We're going to go with alpha since that is save slot alpha. Okay, let me get my settings out just to make sure. Everything started really, really nicely low. So I'll take that. If it gets to be too loud, let me know. I like the style of it. I like, even though we're not doing a curved screen, it has like a sort of like curved monitor feel. Choose your mecha. Okay, I think all we have on the opening is Boreas, named after the North Wind. The agile mech boasts ice manipulation, flight, and drone command for combat adaptability. We're not out here saying words on a Tuesday, okay? We are not. But its lightweight armor makes it vulnerable. Ugh. The starting infuser, it has heavy metal. When landing, you deal 3 more damage. Okay. Okay, we can't customize the mech in the demo, so we get what we get. We can see its deck already, so we have some attack cards, some defense cards, and a support card. And let's move on to the pilot. Okay. The pilot, Yumi Yukino. Ghost. A top Titan Core pilot, she carries the weight of her family's legacy, the very people who helped build the mech headquarters. When a brutal Strix attack claimed her sister's life and brought the lab down before her eyes, she walked away from the lab and into the cockpit. Living in the shadow of the sisters she lost is what drove her to adopt the alias Ghost. Yeah, it's almost like a horn, but not quite. Okay, so a pilot actually has skills. Obviously. They have the ability to change the position of 2 cards of your choice in your hand. You can discard the 2 rightmost cards, gain 1 energy, or freeze all enemies. Okay, and there will be others available. She is Japanese Canadian. Okay, so let's deploy. Pilot, Earth's colonies depend on you. Gear up. Choose 1 option. Okay, so we can add a card to our deck, increase our max HP. Let's add a card to our deck. This is interesting. You can deal 9 damage for each enemy that intends to attack. You can deal 8 damage, but if this card is the only one in your hand, you deal 24. So it triples its value if it's the only attack card you're holding. Oh, the game does what I love. So Resonance is shuffle 2 beam into your draw pile, but it also tells you what the beam is. So if you, like a card that summons a card is my favorite when it tells you what the card is. This will summon 2 free attacks, so we're going to go with Resonance. You can only pick 1. There can be only 1 choice. Okay, so it looks like we are trying to get... Okay, so we are trying to make our way downtown. Da, 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 da. So our mission log... Okay, so our main quest is to neutralize the Kaiju Overlord. Looks like we have some abandoned labs as well, so we may get some infusions. Okay, infusers. Those are, I believe those help you during combat. We have our hit points up here. The amount of monies that we have, very important. Hey, Rafiki, welcome on in. Our fuel. Oh. Okay, so you spend fuel when you're moving to an unexplored node. When moving without fuel, you add 2 overheat cards to your deck. If your mech is overheated, you take damage at the end of your turn. Yikes. Okay, that's my frost attack. That's the charge. Okay, so those are my pilot abilities up here. This looks like my passive. So you probably gain passive like artifacts as you go, and they are up here. You can see your deck here. Go back to our settings. Nice. And that will let us go right to where we are. Okay, so. Kaiju, Class C. Just a simple Kaiju. An easy fight. It's just a simple Kaiju. Okay. That'll cost us 1 fuel. So, defeat enemies by playing cards from your belt. Cards require energy to play. Once you are out, end your turn. At the start of your turn, the energy is replenished. Shield. Defensive cards gain shield when enemies are about to attack you. Shield reduces incoming attack damage, but wears off at the start of your next turn. Intent. Yeah, during your turn, you can observe an enemy's intent above them. If the enemy is intent on attacking you, be sure to gain some shield. Some enemies also have passive abilities. They're below the enemy's life bar. So like we had that card earlier where if somebody is intending to attack us, we can do more damage. Okay. Infusers found throughout the world grant unique bonuses and remain throughout your run. They can be found by defeating powerful enemies and in shops or events. So right now we have an infuser that's our heavy metal. When we're landing, deal 3 more damage. Stance. Oh. The stance your mech is in affects combat. For example, when you're in your fly stance, you take 20% less damage. When you play a card that makes you land, you deal 3 damage to all enemies. Since you have the heavy metal infuser, you deal an additional 3 damage. Okay, so you automatically deal like 3 damage when you land, but then our heavy metal infuser gives us more. Pilot skills. As you play cards, the counters for all your pilot abilities increase. Each ability has its own charge cost and can be activated once it reaches the threshold. Using a charge ability resets only its counter, the others keep their progress. Nice. Okay. Support cards don't need to be played to activate their effects. For example, Amp Field automatically increases the damage of the adjacent attack cards while it's in your hand. So this is why you would want to swap. This is why you want to use the pilot ability to swap positions in your hand. Because the Amp Field right now is between 2 cards that are not attack cards. You want to really get that Amp Field card between some attack ones. All car. I see. Okay. I need to play or discard 8 more cards to activate this skill. Alright, we are facing Najomi. Whenever this enemy takes damage, all enemies gain 2 strength. You're going to hit me for 8. And, okay, so whenever you... Okay, so basically, when I hit you, you're going to hit me harder. Hey, Springleaf, welcome on in. Okay. I have 4 energy per turn. So... You're 13 hit points. I can probably take you out. Okay, so let's do the takeoff strike. Oh, we have to... Gotcha. Okay, so that... Nice. So that hits them, and we take off. Let's do a quick shot. Okay. I don't have a card that forces me to land. Oh, I do. Oh, okay. So, if I'm flying, gain 12 shield and then land. That will deal 6 damage to all enemies. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And that'll take you out. All right. We got some money. And we got a card. Defensive maneuver out here looking like just forming shields in the air. Nice. Kind of Greek as well, so I appreciate the mythology here. All right. Change stance and gain 4 shield. Or blue dive. Land and deal 6 damage to all enemies. Okay, but if you're flying. Okay. This is interesting. Kill guard. Deal 7 damage. If this kills an enemy, gain 7 shield. I like that. I like that. Okay, so our risk map has opened up. We now have a Class B Kaiju. So let's just make our way. Okay, so we already have our little buddy who gives everybody health when they get attacked. What are you? You are Molten Clad. You're immune to freeze. Well, that sucks. And you're going to apply burn. That also sucks. And it can't be blocked. This just continues to suck. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Great. Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, yeah, let's see if I give, okay, if I attack you, you're going to give everybody additional strength. But the thing is that's not an attack, is it? Okay, so you know what? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and attack you. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a takeoff strike against you. Into the air. Then we are going to do landfall, which will do 6 damage to you. It's not quite what I'm... Okay, so actually I want to do 3 things. I want to do 5 damage to you here. Okay. Now... Yeah, this is sweet. This deals 11 damage. Oh, because it's next to... Okay, so the card initially does 7 damage, but because it's next to my amp field, it's going to do 11 damage and gain 7 shield if it kills an enemy. So we can just quickly do that. That gains some shield. Burn can't be blocked, but does a shield... Will a shield mitigate burn damage? I am not sure. Okay, so I have 1 energy left. I think... Because I'm flying, I reduce damage taken from enemies by 20%. So I think what I'm going to do is from up here... No, I'm going to go ahead and do some resonance. So I can get some 0-point cards in my hand. Okay, now I'm going to end my turn. Yeah, you said burn, baby, burn. You did. It is Mech Inferno up here. And you're not going to do anything but continue to apply burn. So if you don't attack me, this strength isn't helping you. Excellent. Okay, takeoff strike is getting an extra 4 points of damage because it's next to my amp field. Hey Cargen X, welcome on in. Let's see. Let's do a quick shot. Okay, that's 5. This is my freebie. This is my other freebie. And so far, there's no penalty for using a certain number of cards. So, like, I'm just using cards and using cards. And what's interesting is I'm also, by using them, I am increasing my pilot skills. So I'm getting closer to being able to warp cards and change their position. So if I play one more card, quick shot. Okay. The game said, skill activated. A pilot skill has been activated. Don't forget to use it. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, if I change the position of 2 cards of my choice in my hand, I'm going to activate this. I'm going to change this card with this card. And what that's going to do is now these are each going to deal 4 additional damage. So you're done, son. I probably could have done that without using my pilot skill, but the pilot skills don't seem to carry over from combat to combat. So, meh. All right. Cataclysm. Okay, that just sounds nice. That sounds like the BFG. This is actually good, though. Whenever you change stance, gain 4 shield, and we get a little buddy. Yeah, I want the buddy. Okay. If we're going to try and make our way... Oh, there's fuel. And a blacksmith. Okay, so let's try going up here. Oh, we got 2 new friends. You're a Teleris. On death, you make the player exposed. When you're exposed, you receive 50% more damage from attacks. And are you going to make me exposed? You're going to... Oh, wow. Okay. So now we're getting into some very classic deck builder type mechanics. When they die, I'm going to take additional damage, but this one is going to also apply weak to me to make me do less damage, period. So I feel like you have become... It's like... Basically, when you're playing like card games with people and you're like, what's the threat assessment? Right now, this is the threat because it's going to make my attacks do less damage. And then I'll just come back around for you. However, you know what? That's not correct. This is the problem. Because you're not going to actively attack me. And if you die, I take 50% more damage from attacks, which means that this 12 would do 18. So you are actually the prime target. Buddy, congratulations. You just volunteered for a butt kicking. Okay, now I got splashed with the goop. The goop made me exposed, so when I get attacked, I'm going to receive 50% more damage. So right now, I just need to not get attacked. Let's do the takeoff strike. So I will hit you for 3, and then I will change my stance to fly. And then... Ah, dang, I could do 9 damage to you now. Oh, yeah, let me do that. If I do 9 damage to it now, that will leave it with 1 hit point. So no matter what I do, it's going to go, and I could land, and then that would also... Because landing right now would deal 6 damage. That's not quite enough. It would gain me some shield. But yes, let's go ahead and do the quick shot. And, I can't really do anything else. I'm going to end my turn. Yeah, you made me weak. It's fine. Just like SWV. It's okay. But guess what? I got something for you. I'm a land. If I land, you're going to take damage. So there. Boom. I love the fact that landing just does damage to everybody. Okay, let's get a new card. So now I get to do exposed. Let's see here. Yellow jacket and an eagle drone. Or a spark loop. Oh, okay. These I also love. It's in the name. It's a spark loop. The card itself does 4 damage and shuffles a beam card into your pile. The beam card is a free card. So every time you use this card, you're going to get 1 more beam shuffled into your draw pile. So it is a spark loop. As opposed to a card like this that would summon these and then itself deplete. I like this because this will just keep giving me free attacks. And welcome on in DC, welcome on in Raiders. I hope that you're doing well and enjoy that lurk, Jazz. I appreciate you being here. Okay, we're going to go fuel up. Fuel lines open, pilot. How may I assist you today? Don't forget, you can only choose 1. Okay, I'm just going to get 2 free fuel because I'm pretty stocked. Okay. We can try the blacksmith, especially before we go to this kaiju. So let's go to the blacksmith. Oh, okay. So you're offering me a deal to buy. You're also offering me something that you want. Or I can upgrade a card in my deck. Or I can spend fuel to transform a card into something completely new. In for a penny, in for a pound. Oh, interesting. So you are able to spend fuel with the chances of improving a card. You don't know what it's going to do. Okay, it tells you the percentage chances here. You don't know what it's going to do. This is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, that's nice, but I need my fuel so I can get to the boss. Let's go ahead and buy the Vulnerator Plus. That'll probably that's in my money. You got my money. Thank you. Okay, we are gonna go. We're going to go for the Class A Kaiju. This is an average Kaiju that can inflict moderate damage. A little moderate damage. Not progressive damage, just moderate damage. Oh, wow. You are Bulvarus. While you are alive, all defense cards cost 1 more energy. Oh, my. Oh, you. That's rude. Oh, that is rude. That's really clever, though. Okay, so while this enemy's on the field, they have basically become the thing we need to take out. They're also going to do 15 damage if I let them attack. So let's see if we can take them out. We're going to use our Vulnerator Plus, which deals 9 damage and applies 2 exposed. So now you will take 50% more damage from attacks. So this will actually do 7 points of damage. And then we'll quick shot you here. Okay. And then I believe I will... I'll shuffle 2 beams, 2 free beams into my pile. You're going to hit me with the 3 burn damage, but that is going to stink. But you're not going to attack me, which is important. The animations are good too. The artwork is nice. The kaiju are, like, nicely menacing. We appreciate it. Okay, so... I need to get... okay, you're going to hit me for 15, so I got to knock you down. Period. Okay, let's first off fly, so we'll reduce the damage from the enemy. Okay, we now have some free beams, so we'll use those. I can do 15 points of damage with my quick shots in my hand. If I get something that lets me land, I may be able to supplement that, but we're going to go with the quick shots. Excellent. The amp field is now next to my takeoff strike, so that gives me a 7 points of damage. So now you're going down, buddy. And my skill's ready. I'm gonna use the free beam to do 8 damage and just end this combat. I don't have time for you. You set me on fire, buddy. What'd you expect was gonna happen? Okay, this is interesting. So I'm really curious about this because this game is doing a mechanic that I like, and that is that the position of the cards in your hand also matter based on other cards. You can't just move your cards around to, like, sometimes if you need, like, if you like sorting your cards by a certain thing, you can't do that. But these cards rely on positional information. So this card says, deploy a random drone upon this card reaching the final position. Meaning, this card either has to get there on its own, or perhaps I need to, like, flip it with another card. This is interesting. So yeah, I want to see how this works. Where were we? We are here. I think the last thing we should try to do is to take on an elite. Because ooh, what are you? That's the abandoned labs. Okay. Yes, let's go here. Let's increase our max HP by 15 for 90 credits. Okay. Oh, let's just do an elite from... Oh, unknown. Oh, you know me. You know I gotta do the unknown. On a dusty hill, Goliath's fueling station stands like a fortress. Thick walls and silent mech pilots guard it, their vigilance unwavering despite the eerie quiet. Inside, massive fuel tanks hum softly, some still holding precious fuel, or perhaps something else of value. Well, let's sneak in. Let's see if I can find something valuable. As you slip inside, you notice the station is busier than it seemed from afar. If you're quick and careful, you might leave with something valuable, but getting caught could mean trouble. Yeah, we're going to search for something valuable. Yes! You found a Goliath card. What did that do? Attack cards. Okay, so this is a buff that you can apply for the entire combat. Attack cards will now charge all pilot skills by 1. Okay, so that's an additional, by playing a card, you now get additional charge to your skills. Nice. You can keep searching if you're feeling lucky. I am going to leave, actually. I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay. Let's try facing an elite. And see how we do. Oh, you have tentacles. You got... Oh. Your name is Plagueis. Gonna say my usual phrase. Mistakes, perhaps, have been made. But let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna attack me for 20. And... Oh, I knew it. I knew it! Hey, Queen, welcome on in. So, when you attack, you're going to somehow plague its return. When you attack, you're going to add symbiotic assimilation, which is 3 symbiote seeds, which, look, we love symbiotes. We even love symbionts, if you understand what I'm saying there. At the end of your turn, all adjacent cards are absorbed and transformed into symbiote seeds. Okay, so this is a problem. This card is a problem. If I don't play it, it's going to eventually just absorb everything in my deck and turn them into useless cards. Oh, I don't love this for me. Okay. I feel like we need to block some damage. Okay, so that's going to mitigate 10 points of incoming damage. Let me use my Mithron and just use a buff, because I'm afraid of that card getting into my hand. I'm really afraid of that card getting into my hand. Or actually, it's going to... It adds it to my drawn deck, so... Yeah, okay. You know what? Let's see what happens. Okay, so 10 of that damage got through. You put that symbiote seed in there. So yeah, this is where, like, you've got to take that out of your deck or out of your hand, or else it's going to basically just start turning all your cards into stuff. Don't love that for me. Okay, the drone drop is here. I need the drone drop to be here. So I think eventually I'll start, like, I'll swap the position of the two cards to move it over there. But for now, we got to do a takeoff strike, because you're going to be hitting us for a lot of damage. Okay. What I do like about the math is it was 26 on the ground. It's 20 in the air, because flying reduces the damage by 20%. So it did the math for me. I didn't have to think about it. I am going to do the quick shot. I'm going to go ahead and play this card just to get it out of my hand. And now I can use my warp ability to switch the position of two cards, which is great. I'm going to swap the amp field for the drone drop. Okay. Winston Works, thank you for the resub. 69 months. Love it. So, because I got the drone drop card to its position where it needs to be, it summoned me a little drone. Summoned me a little drone. Deals 10 damage to a random enemy. Well, I only got one enemy, so, you know. Is there a limited amount of turns you can be in the air? So far, no. Being in the air is a stance, so essentially you fly or you land. Flying, you take less damage. When you land, like your mech going boom actually causes damage to everybody around. And I think I'm going to take advantage of that right now. If I'm flying, I gain 12 shield, and then I'm going to land. So landing will also do damage, but I'm going to gain shield. That's the most important part. So yeah, landing actually did 6 points of damage to them. Okay, so 14 points of that are going to get through because I can't really do anything else. So I will end my turn. I don't love this for me. Okay. So my little drone did 10 damage to you because it started the turn. Sweet. What do I want? How do I want to do this? Currently, I don't have any way to fly, so I'm going to go ahead and do the spark loop and shuffle a beam into my hand. Okay. Now this is interesting. I can discard the two rightmost cards. So if those cards weren't doing me any good, I could just get rid of them. It's not a skill I want to use right now, but I think I will use the Vulnerator. The Vulnerator exposes the enemy, so they receive 50% more damage from attacks. So I'm going to do this, which will mean any damage I do, I said it, will be more. But I mean, it's like it's 7 versus 5, so you know. The question is, I think I can how many more rounds? Like that's the question, is how many more rounds do I think I can last? I'm going to go ahead and take the quick shot. On the off chance that I get my beam, which is free. Okay. Kill guard is interesting, but it only works if you kill it. Like its second ability activates if you kill an enemy. Ooh. So here's an interesting thing. I wonder if this will work. I have the ability to switch the switch cards in my hand. I'm going to swap the drone drop and the resonance. And then I'm going to play the resonance and see if that makes the drone drop once again reach the end of my hand and summon another drone. It does. So whenever a drone is deployed, gain 1 energy, including this one. Yes. Okay, so I can also just keep, if I can keep that drone drop hitting the end of my hand, it's worth a shot. However, because I got a takeoff strike, I'm going to deal 3 damage, which is actually going to be like, what, 4? And then change my stance to flying. Haha, I'm flying now, which means you do less damage to me. And I like that for me. The amp field has been earning its keep, but I think I'm going to go ahead and play that and just discard it to see if I can get another... Okay, that's fine. Let's end my turn. Well, I could gain 1 more energy as well. Let's see. From here, what can I do? Oh, I can summon another drone. So let me do this. Let me summon my eagle. And now I have all the friends. I have so many friends. I have an eagle drone, which gives me a shield when I change stance. Sigma, whenever a drone is deployed, gain 1 energy, which means that I actually get 2 energy for deploying that eagle. And the yellow jacket does 10 damage at the beginning of my turn. I have so many friends. So many. So now I'm going to go a free beam attack. And I'm going to gain 5 shield. And now I can once again... Oh. I can freeze all enemies. Freeze them. Oh, what's the matter, baby? You can't take any actions? Are you frozen? Oh. Oh. I'm so sorry for you. Another free beam attack. Let's see here. I think I'm going to use my warp again to move my drone to the right of the sonic wall. I'll play the sonic wall on my next turn. And oh, that wasn't smart. I could have actually moved it 1 more over and then discarded the 2 cards. I could have done that in the same turn. That's okay. That is okay. We're going to end the turn. Okay. It's your turn again. The frozen wore off, but you still take 10 damage because it's the start of my turn. Because you weren't able to take any actions, you do not shuffle the symbiote seed into my deck. So basically, up yours is really what's going on here. You are still going to hit me for 25 points of damage, which means that if I was on the ground, it's probably going to be like 30. Let's go ahead and cast this shield. Okay, the drone drop means that did we get another friend? Or we did, but I think I might have a limit number of drones. That's fine. That's okay. Hey, Dre, welcome on in. Okay, so Spark Loop is next to Amp Field. So because it's next to it, it does even more damage. So we're going to do this. I can do 9, 14, 19 points of damage. Actually, I can do 17. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 Let's go ahead and do the 9. That moves everything down, which means now I get to do 9 again. Which moves it down, which means now I get to do 9 again.
Skill activated.
That activates my skill to be able to move a card. This is so ridiculous. But I love this because I love when you... Sorry. You can't see my excitement. I love when you find what feels like a nice little broken... like a broken sequence that you can do in games. So this is amazing for me. Okay. I am going to... And each of these, like I can use each of these... So first off, oh wait, I mean, I could do something fun, but now I don't have to, because now I can just use this. This will deal 11 damage, and if it kills an enemy, I gain 7 shield. I did it all while in the air. All of it while in the air. So the reward you get is an infuser, Prime. At the start of combat, gain the effect of a random core card. So the core cards are like, they are passives that you do through combat. Okay. So that goes in our little bar up here. So yeah, if you played like Slay the Spire or similar games like that, you got your little artifacts up top. And we also get, Rejuvenator. Gain shield and heal. So yeah, okay, so this is MECHBORN. Let me get a link in chat for y'all. Which one is it? There we go. Because yeah, it's quite fun. I was able to, let me actually also, while I'm here, get you... There we go. You can, if you'd like to try it out for yourself, this is their itch page, and this has a link to the pre-alpha version that you can grab from their page yourself. So yeah, but also definitely wishlist it on Steam because it's got the goods. I do like it. Let me go ahead and hit the main menu. I like that. That is really well done, and it has that good deck battling kind of thing that you're used to. I like the mechs. I like the fact that it has that additional take on things of, okay, we're just gonna have a little extra like stances and cards that impact other cards, and the positioning of your cards matters. So that's really fun. But yeah, that was nice. That was a fun look at MECHBORN, a really unique card battler. I loved the fact that your mech has multiple stances, and depending on where your cards are in your deck, it actually can impact their abilities. If you liked that, check out their Steam page, give them a wish list. I'm also going to put a link to their itch page so you can get the demo if you want to try the pre-alpha demo for yourself. And if you liked what you saw otherwise, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, check out some videos, hit the like button, and let me know in the comments, what are your favorite kind of deck builders? Thanks for watching.